We're back again. This is John Farrier with Province Mortgage Associates.
Chris Rapiccioli with Key to the Dream Realty Group. I literally almost forgot who I was for a second.
That happens. That happens. Don't want to get too overwhelmed here.
Nope.
But we're coming to you with this video campaign. We've done several videos talking about common mistakes that home buyers make. So today we want to talk about not relying solely on family, friends, and the internet for information. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you that the internet, it can be your best and your worst enemy in this process. Okay, there's a ton of good information on the internet. However, it's not all good. And more importantly, it's not specific to your situation either. So it's very important to make sure that you're speaking to people that can and do know your situation and what the ins and outs are of it. Another one or mistake that people make a lot of times is relying solely on family and friends. I mean, you might have an Uncle Joe that 8 years ago bought a home in Pennsylvania. Okay, you're looking like an Uncle Joe. You could be Uncle Joe.
Could be Uncle Joe.
So Uncle Joe bought that home, and it was 8 years ago, different state entirely, and he was able to negotiate a purchase price that was $20,000 or $30,000 less than the asking price.
Meanwhile, the house was priced $50,000 over what it should have been.
Right. But he's of that mindset that you gotta pay under. You never pay asking price, and I think it's important to understand the market.
I'm out there every day with buyers, and buyers are bringing their family to home inspections, and they're bringing their family to see the house 3, 4, 5 times. Please don't do that. But the reality is that, we want your family and friends involved. They should be involved. Yeah. I mean, this is a big purchase. It's a big decision for you. Mm-hmm. And, those are the people you are closest to you, so they should have some input. Right. But if you're relying solely on it, it might not always be the best input. Right. Uncle Joe has the best of intentions. Right.
Good guy, Uncle Joe.
I'd hang and have a beer with him.
Salt of the
But here he is. He's telling you should get $30,000 off a house that's about to sell for over asking. Mm-hmm. It's important to know what market you're in. Yeah. It's important to know where you're buying. If you're buying in the best school systems, well, it's going to be a hotter market than others. Yep. And again, if there's 60 people at that open house, mm-hmm. and offers are due in by Monday at noon, right. and there's 15 offers, you're not going to win. Yep. Offering $40,000 less. It's not going to happen, and I wish I could tell you it would.
And this is, not to veer off in another course, but, it's important to understand and speak with the people that are part of your team to understand what is the difference if I offered another 5 or a 10,000, and what it comes down to is, listen, if you really love the home and you really want it, you got to go after it in certain markets. Yeah. Okay. Now, this isn't relevant throughout time. And that's why it's important to understand that getting advice from people that have done this a while ago, even if it was a year ago, the market is constantly changing and the products that you use constantly change. So speak to the professional that's part of your team.
Homes right now are selling for higher than they did 3 months ago. So to talk to anyone in terms of the negotiation aspect of things that didn't buy a house within the last 3 months, it's already outdated information.
Right. Talk to somebody that has a finger
on the pulse.
It's like an
iPhone.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like an iPhone, yes.
Thanks, Laurie.
That's Laurie over there.
That's right.
But, the reality is that, again, internet, friends, family, all of those things can be outdated. It can be, best of intentions. But I always say, and, I won't name any names, Laurie Poirier, every symptom runs right to WebMD.
That's right.
The next thing you know, she's calling me. She's got a disease that it hasn't, even been seen in mankind in the last 150 years.
Curse that MD.
But she has it because she found it on WebMD, and she has an itch. Again, you can easily get stuck down that wormhole. John stays off of Facebook for that very reason.
Yeah, I do.
The wormhole, you'll lose yourself for hours, and you're watching cat videos.
Right.
But the reality is that, sometimes that's not the best information. Here you are looking at our videos on the internet.
Yep. Thank you, by the way.
Thank you for watching and putting up with this. But the reality is we're going to, change these videos on a very consistent basis because, quite frankly, that's how often the market changes.
Right. So you're going to see updates as we go along. So make sure that you're following and watching these videos as they come out, because it's not just going to be the same song and dance. It's going to be new, relevant information. We're going to get better and better, too. So
Follow our blog, keytothedream.com. Reach out to us. Ask us any questions you want. And quite frankly, build the right team around you when you're buying, because You know, your family, your friends, they're part of that team, but they shouldn't be the sole part of that team.
Very true. Very true.
Or your go-to resource.
Thanks again for joining us, guys. We'll see you on the next one.